This conference will now be recorded.
Hey, good morning. Today we are conducting a demo for Oracle 19c Backup and Recovery Administration. So there are some points which I want to tell you what actually this course gives you. If suppose you are a DBA, junior DBA or maybe senior DBA, but you didn't get a chance to work on backup and recovery, then this training or this workshop will give you to understand how backup and recovery work, and you can install and configure and manage backup and recovery, and you are able to fix real-time issues if suppose you are getting any failures in your database. Okay, and if suppose you know the backup and recovery administration, then it gives you extra weightage to your profile, and it helps you to stand ahead amongst many DBAs, and backup and recovery is always in market demand. And for the trainer myself, Ahmad, and I'm a database consultant, and I'm certified from version 9, 10G, 11G, 12C, and RAC certified, and Azure Cloud certified, OCI Cloud certified. I'm having 25 years experience as a mentor and 14 plus year as a database consultant, and I have delivered more than 100 plus batches. Okay, and the lab environment, I will assist you to configure a lab, because this is just a normal database configuration. There is no extra configuration is required to perform the RMAN, which is the tool, or when you install Oracle database, it will come. Only you have to invoke the RMAN client by using the RMAN executable. That name is RMAN from the Oracle home and slash bin directory. Okay, and then you are ready to go to RMAN commands and RMAN configuration and RMAN backup and recovery concept. Okay, and I will show you the live demonstration on each topic, and as well as share the theory, and daily I will record the sessions and I will upload to Google Drive, and that is for 6 months. And if suppose anyone want to extend, then you can ping me. I will allow to extend your uh, access to my Google Drive, and all the things are designed by me. And generally I follow Oracle curriculum, but I have added my part also. So let's come to the course content. So first I will tell you what is backup and recovery. Then we go for VirtualBox installation, and then after installing VirtualBox, I will show you how to create virtual machine in that. And after creating virtual machine, we required some changes in virtual machines, so that I will show you. And after that we will install Oracle Enterprise Linux 7.5 on my machine. And after that I will discuss about the Linux basic command for the DBA, and then I will install Oracle binaries, and after that I will show you how to create the database. Mostly people knows that, but I have added if suppose you don't know about these things. So these are the practical things we will do, and after that we will go for RMAN architecture, that is recovery manager architecture, then fast recovery area, then configure the RMAN environment and RMAN backup concept. So what are the backups in RMAN? We will see, and how you will back up the database. We will see the command. We have standalone command and we have job command. So we will see what are the differences between that, and how to maintain the RMAN backup repository record. So we will see the commands like list, report, delete, etc. And there is a tool, data recovery advisor. By that we can find out the failures in the database, and after that we can get the advice from this data recovery advisor, and on the basis of the advice we will recover our database. Okay. And suppose you had taken the backup, so you need to check whether my backup is validate or not correct, because time to time DBA should check the backup validity. Otherwise, suppose in case whenever failure happen and on that time your backup is not correct, then you cannot recover. So this is the good practice if you are checking your database backup regularly by validate database command. So we can check backups, we can check files, etc. We can check whole database backup, so that we will see. And after that, the first thing we require to recover, if suppose we are losing, that is SP file. So how to restore the SP file, we will see the practical. And how to store the control file, that is very important because it is required in mount stage. If suppose it is not available in mount stage, and then your database will not open, because mount is not working without the control file. And then we will see the complete recovery of non-system data file, and we will see system data file recovery. And then we will see how to perform incomplete recovery, and then we will see block media recovery. So these are the recoveries. And then we had a good concept, flashback database or flashback concept. In that we have flashback database, flashback table, flashback drop. So how to recover your database object quickly, we can go with the flashback drop. So that we will see in flashback chapter. And recovery catalog is another mechanism which stores the RMAN repository. If suppose recovery catalog is not available, RMAN will store the information in the control file. But we know that control file has a section which was overwritten, so that section is belongs to RMAN repository. So after 7 days or whatever days you have set, after passing that days, your information will be overwritten, so you will lose RMAN repository information. So when later you want to perform restoration of any backup and that information is missing from the control file, then you cannot perform the restoration. So that's why Oracle recommend that if your client require storage for many days or many months, then you can go with recovery catalog concept. So that we will see. And how to do the duplication, that is the demand in the market. Means I want to clone my production to my dev environment or test environment, so we will see how to clone that. And then in the last section we will see how to troubleshoot the RMAN. Okay. So these are the topics which I have added in my curriculum or this workshop. So we will see one by one. Any questions? If you guys ask, you can ask any questions between that. Okay, let me show you the database. Are you able to see my putty session? Black screen, test one database. Okay, so as I said, RMAN architecture does not require anything. Only just you have to invoke the RMAN. So you can invoke the RMAN from SQL prompt also. But before going to that, I will show you the easy step. So as I said, RMAN we can invoke from Oracle Home bin directory. But if suppose in your bash profile Oracle Home is set, then no need to go to Oracle Home and bin directory. But I will show you first Oracle Home / bin. Okay, so this is the way you can reach to executable location, and here you can type rman target slash. Okay, so when you say rman target slash, it will connect to the open database which you have exported. So that is my test1 database. Okay, so this is the one way you can connect to rman. Got it? Now I'm exiting. Now I'm clearing this. Now I'm coming out from this. So PWD, I'm on my Oracle Home. Okay. Now here, can I connect? Yes, I connect because in my bash profile, I have set the Oracle Home. Okay. So if suppose your bash profile is not set, so this command will give an error if you are executing at Oracle Home prompt. Okay, so there you have two ways. Either you go to Oracle Home and then bin location, then execute this command, then it will work. Otherwise, you have to open your bash profile. So cat dot, yeah, be cat dot bash underscore profile. So see that here I have set my Oracle Home. Okay, so this setting is required. If your bash profile file missing this setting, then you have to go to Oracle Home and then bin directory, then you have to execute the command. Otherwise, without reaching to your bin location, you cannot execute any command like SQL plus, RMAN, or whatever. Okay, so please make sure that about this point. So now you first you have to connect to your database. Okay, this is my database, and then I'm connecting with SQL plus slash s sysdba. So here this my database is open and running, and this is 19.3. Now from here I can also connect, but you need to give exclamatory sign because I am running OS command. Okay, if you want to run OS command on SQL prompt, you have to use exclamatory sign, and then you can run the things. So here I'm typing rman target slash. So this is the way you can also connect from your database to the RMAN executable. Okay, so as I said, RMAN required three things. First, control file or recovery catalog, then fast recovery area, which is an area which is recommended to store the backup and recovery related files. But this is optional. But Oracle say if you are using this, then that is highly recommended. Okay, so this is the way we can start or invoke the RMAN backup and recovery commands. Got it? Any questions, guys?
No, got
Please.
it.
Oh, thanks, Purnima, for that. Okay. Now it requires some configuration, and before going to that, I just want to switch to my PPT. from beginning. Let me show you my PPT. Yeah. So as I said, this is 19c backup and recovery. So first thing is RMAN, because RMAN is the tool to execute the backup command and to execute the restoration commands. So we need to study this architecture in this workshop. So this is the basic architecture diagram. So whenever you invoke RMAN, so RMAN will invoke the channels, and that channel basically perform the backups and restoration according to your command. So the first thing, RMAN should connect to your database, and after that your fast recovery area should be configured. If fast recovery area is not configured, then which location your backup will store? Yeah, Purnima, can you answer it?
No, we need to specify the path while
No,
configuring.
I'm not specifying the path. Then by default, which location backup will store?
We have mentioned in the parameter file FRA those location. It will go and store in that location.
Yeah, correct.
Right?
But suppose I am not mentioning, I didn't configure FRA, I did not mention any path in my backup command, then where it will store? Any idea?
No.
Okay, no issues. Let me show you.
Okay. Actually, this Oracle I worked 5 to 6 years back.
Okay,
Right. Currently, I'm working on NoSQL database. So again, I'm planning to switch. Means we are working on both Oracle plus NoSQL.
okay,
Uh,
no issue.
uh, yeah.
So there is a default location in Oracle, that is Oracle Home, and after that DBS location. So this is the default location for everything whatever you are doing in your database. So suppose I am taking a backup and I did not configure FRA, I'm not giving any path in the my command, so automatically your backup will store into this location here. So see that my previous backup is stored, I think. Yeah, so let me show you if I'm taking a backup, so where it will go. So I have connected. Now I'm just simplifying backup database command. We will discuss about all the commands, but I want to show you where my backup will goes. That's why I'm showing this spectacle. So when I say backup database, it will give me an error because my database is in no archive log mode. So we cannot do the backup in no archive log mode, correct?
Uh, yes. Okay. Cannot back. Yes.
Yeah,
Hot backup.
but
Yeah.
but we have one chance. We can go to mount state, and from there we can back up also no archive log mode databases. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
so let me shut down the database, but it
Okay.
is
You
not
mean cold
recommended.
backup? Right?
Yeah, cold backup. Because RMAN required control file and archive log files, right?
Yes.
But
Yes. Yes.
in open stage. But if suppose my database is not open, then we can perform in mount mode. Okay, so if suppose your database is in no archive log mode, mostly test database is in no archive log mode, and your manager say that I want backup of test database also, but your database is in no archive log mode. So you have two options: either you can convert in archive log mode your database and then perform RMAN backup and recovery, or otherwise you can go to mount mode. Okay, startup
Okay.
mount, so it will reach to that location, and here you can connect, and now here you can fire same command which I execute earlier, backup database. Now it is working fine, correct?
Yes.
So it is taking a backup of my system data file, sysocs data file, undo user. Okay. And everything is storing in one piece or two piece. It depends on the size of the database. So this is by default, whenever you are doing the backup, it always do in a set where it will store all the data from all the data files and store in a set. And we have another concept, that is image copy concept. We will see later when we start the workshop. So now it is taking the backup, and this backup is called as cold backup or consistent backup because my database is not open. Okay, but generally in
Yes.
production this things not happen. We do that. And also you see that control file and sp file is also backed up. Now see where your piece is happening. So see that dbs location.
DBS location. Yes.
Okay, so it goes to your dbs location by this name. Okay, so let me show you, connect that. Oh, cd dollar oracle home slash dbs ls. So see that this backup is done, right?
Yes.
And this
Yes.
is my control file. Yeah, sorry, this backup, this is the backup. Okay, so let me show you by ll command, then you get to know better.
And seven.
Yeah,
Okay.
so see that today is 7 December, January, sorry, and 8/21. So this is my backup. Got it? So
Yeah.
whenever you are not setting FRA, it goes to your default location, that is uh, this one, Oracle Home and DBS location. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so here it is saying you can perform the recovery you can store a backup on cloud, you can store backup on your tape drive, you can store backup on your disk, that is FRA. So we have many ways to store the backup, whether it is a disk, whether it is a tape, whether it is a cloud backup. Okay, so
Mhm.
that options we have available. So according to your client infrastructure, you have to store your backup. And this is the way, this is the command which I showed. Okay, so backup database is the command. And if I say to check the my backup, so we can use the uh, we can use list backup command. Okay, so let me connect to RMAN. My putty is showing, right?
Yes.
Okay, so here you say list backup. Okay, so it will display all the backups which I have. Okay,
Yes.
this one is completed today, 7 Jan, and it took time 50 second. Okay, because it is almost nothing in my database, so that's why it is taking fast when I'm performing the backup. Clear?
Yeah.
So, and also there is a command delete obsolete, which delete the command, which delete the backup which are obsolete. So there is no obsolete backup found. So we will discuss in reporting what is delete, obsolete, and all. Okay. So
Okay.
whenever you want to delete any backup, delete from RMAN repository first, and otherwise if you are deleting from os command and rman repository information is not updated, then you will get an error later. So you have to use the cross check command. So we'll see later what is those commands. Okay.
Okay.
So from RMAN we can also execute a SQL query. So like select name, DBID, log mode from $v database. So that query also we can execute from RMAN. So select name, comma, I think open underscore mode. Okay, from $v database. See that you can execute. Earlier we have to use SQL keyword and put into single quote and then run the query from RMAN. But now here we can directly execute the query from RMAN prompt. So that is the benefit. Generally not all queries, but mostly many queries we can execute from RMAN. Okay, so that
Okay.
is the advantage here. And as I said, we had a two type of command. One is standalone command and one is job command. So basically, standalone command like this I have done, delete obsolete backup database, means one command in one line. So that is a standalone command. And when we want to execute many commands at a one time, then we have to use job command syntax, and in that we have to use the run command keyword, and after that we have to put the open braces, and then we have to type the command, and then we have to put the close braces. So this is the way we can run the job command. So this, so here you can see we put run, and then we are allocating channel C1. Okay, device type disk, format, basically we are providing the location, and then what we are doing backup as backup set database, and then we are altering the lock switch. So we are using SQL keyword and then single quote alter system switch log current, just like before we use SQL syntax on RMAN prompt. Okay, so this is the run command or job command which execute in a block actually. So this is the way also we can use. So let me show you run, and after that we put, and then we say allocate CHA channel C1. Okay, and device type disk or not giving disk. Oh, not giving this. I'm just giving backup database. Okay, and then this run. So like this way you can add multiple commands in run block, and then it will perform the backup. So this is a job command when you are using run keyword or run keyword in your backup syntax, and you have open braces
Mhm.
and then curly braces. So this is the way you can use the job command. Okay, now we have many RMAN default configuration setting. So how to see that what default configuration we have. So let me come to my putty session. Let's finish this backup, then I will show you. Okay, so I want to see what default things we have. So show all is the command. When you say show all, it will tell all my 15 configuration settings. Okay, so we will discuss in the workshop so what we have and what each things can do. Suppose you want to change any settings, so you have the keyword configuration. So here the first thing, retention policy to redundancy 1. So what is the meaning of that? Only one backup is valid. Okay, and because by default only one backup redundancy is 1. If suppose I am putting redundancy 2, so it will hold two backup, that is valid backup. Okay, so like this we can change my redundancy. So we can set in number of copies also and number of days also. We can set redundancy in copy window as well as days window. So we have two ways to connect to configure this redundancy. So by default, uh, we have one backup will be valid. So right now I had taken two backup, right?
Yes.
So one copy will be valid and one become obsolete. So let me fire the command delete obsolete. See, earlier it was saying no copies is there, but now it is showing one backup is obsolete because I set redundancy by default is one and we had taken two backup. So one backup is valid, one backup become obsolete. So now it is asking you want to delete obsolete copy. I say yes, so it will delete that. Got it?
Okay.
Now, if
Okay.
again I say delete obsolete, now it will say no backup, obsolete backup found because my retention policy is set to one. Okay,
Yes.
so only we had one backup, so one backup, that backup is valid. Clear?
Yes.
So this
Yes.
setting we can change. So how we can change?
Mm.
By configuration retention policy. So we just copy this syntax. Configuration is the command. By that we can change any configuration of my RMAN. So configuration retention policy to redundancy 2. So now my redundancy become two. So now if I had two copies of backup, so and after that if I am running delete obsolete, it will not delete anything. Got my point?
Oh, yes. Yes. Got it.
Okay. Now you want to see what is my retention policy. So you can use the show command. So see that my retention policy is redundancy 2. So this is the way you can change the configuration. Now I want to roll back to my default location. So you just say configure retention policy clear. So it will remove the new value to old value. So now my retention policy become 1. See that?
Mm. Yes.
So you have two command. One is configure command. By that you can change any settings of your RMAN. And if you want to clear any configuration, so you can use a clear keyword at the last with configuration syntax. Clear?
Oh,
And
yeah.
you have pass the setting name, which retention policy I want to clear. So it will roll back to default location, default value. And how to show that? You can specifically show particular setting, or you can say show all. That will work, will show you same thing, but in show all you will get other component default value also. So that is
Mm.
not correct way, right? Like
Yes.
this. So here you have to read that where is my retention policy. Now you have to find out here. Okay, but specifically if you want to say, so that is better. Only
Mm.
you are getting that configuration value. So this is the way you can set your redundancy. Now clear?
Yes. Yes. Got it.
Okay, so this thing we will see practically all. So in that we can configure automatic channel, we can set the retention policy, we can set the number of backup copies, we can set the default backup type because by default it is backup set. Okay, and we
Mm.
can limit the size of backup piece, we can exclude any table space from backup. We can enable and disable backup optimization. We can enable control file auto backup off on. We can define the archive log deletion policy. We can specify the parallelism, means we can start multiple channel. We can start multiple channel to my RMAN, and we can also set encryption and comparison parameter which is used for backup. So we had almost 15 things which we discussed. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 is encryption. Okay. And then 11, 12, and 13, 14, 15. So almost 15 settings we will discuss in the workshop. Got it?
Okay.
So yeah. Now you want to show your settings. So I already told that show all. Otherwise, you have a view, select v dollar $RMAN underscore configuration. So if you have changed any setting, then it will display the value. Okay. So let me show you. Select star from v dollar $RMAN underscore configuration. So here no value is coming because we didn't change any default setting, right?
Oh,
If
yes.
if we change any default setting, then it will display the output. Okay.
Okay.
Otherwise,
Okay.
it is showing nothing. So let me show you practically. Uh, this one again I'm executing. So this is done. Now again I'm executing. So see that it is showing now retention
Yes.
policy is true. Okay,
Two
so
retention.
this is the
Okay.
way if you change anything, then this view will work. Okay, otherwise by default setting it will not show anything. So let me again execute clear things, and now again execute this command. So see that no rows color selected. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, now manage your settings. So I already told you by configuration, configure command, you can reset or you can change any settings. And after change, you want to see the current setting, you can use show keyword. Okay, so like this way, we will see gradually day by day in my workshop.
Okay.
Now, as I said, retention policy we can set in two ways. One is recovery window. It means you are establishing a period of time in that your backup will be valid. So suppose I am setting my recovery window for 7 days. So for my 7 days, my all backup will be valid. After 7 days, my all backup will be obsolete. So that will
Oh,
not work for my restoration purpose. And if you are saying redundancy, so in that you are setting fixed number of backup that must be kept. So suppose I am setting redundancy 2. So always my 2 backup will kept in my RMAN repository as a valid backup. Okay, which I showed practically. So
okay.
according to your client requirement, you can set in number of copies also or in number of days also or months. Okay, so you have two
Okay.
options to retention policy. And like this you have backup B and archive log 201 to 500 are required to satisfy the retention policy. So here recovery window of 7 days. So 7 days this backup will be valid. Otherwise it will become my obsolete. So I have to use obsolete command with the
Mhm.
keyword delete. Then it will delete my obsolete backup. So DBA should delete the obsolete backup frequently to remove the repository information because it is not required.
Okay.
Now we had a backup strategy. So what type of backup strategies we have? So we have to familiar these concept like what are the types of backups, what are RMAN backup types, and what is the backup terminology. So in that we had a whole database backup, that is entire database. That is my backup strategy. And we can take a partial backup, like suppose one data file or two data file I'm taking a backup. So these are my backup strategy. Okay, that is denoted in words, but in RMAN terminology it is called as full backup or incremental backup in RMAN
Oh,
terminology. Okay, but that is backup type. So when I say full backup, so whatever blocks we have in my database, it will backed up those blocks. And when I'm saying incremental backup, so only those block will store which has new value, okay,
okay,
from the
yes,
previous backup. So first, when I'm performing incremental backup, so it will check whether any backup had done before this incremental. So it will check in two ways. One is differential and one is cumulative. So if you are performing incremental cumulative backup, so it will always check level 0 backup. So level 0 backup should be available, and after that it will perform incremental cumulative backup. And when I'm saying incremental differential backup, so it will check level 0 or level 1. Whatever backup it found, it will take the backup from that backups to the current. So that will store only the change block. So that's why it is faster and it takes less time, it takes less storage, because we are backing only change block. Okay, so that's
yes,
why in production daily we do incremental backup, because we had a load and everything. So that's why we cannot perform full backup. So good practice, generally we do daily backup, and on weekend or less activity time or less load time, we perform the full backup. So that should be the backup strategy for my client or for my production database. And okay, and also what is the backup mode? As I said, you know that when we are taking offline backup, that is cold backup or consistent backup. Okay, and you are taking backup when your database is up and running, then that is inconsistent backup and hot backup. Okay, so for inconsistent and hot backup, we always require archive log files data and redo log files data, because we want to make my restoration consistent up to that point of time. Clear?
okay.
If you have any doubt, you can ask. So see, as I said, we had backup set copies. So by default, this is backup set. Sorry. So this backup set, when I'm saying backup database, it is storing every file in one backup set. When I'm saying backup image copy, so it will store separate file in separate pieces. So that is the difference. So by default, it perform the backup in backup set mode. Okay, so it will store all the files in one backup piece or maybe two backup pieces, like this. Like this, if suppose I'm saying backup database, so it is collecting all the files information, and see this line starting piece 1. Okay,
Hmm.
so it is storing every file data in piece 1. If piece 1 full, then it will store in piece 2, like that it will goes.
Okay. That piece one is a disk channel number or
No, no, channel number is aura disk 1, and it is storing the backup in piece 1, and that
okay,
naming will come after that. First it will store, and it is storing the backup in piece 1. Piece actually logical thing, sorry, physical thing. Whenever I talk about backup, so piece is physical thing. So see that piece
okay, okay, got it.
name,
Yeah,
piece name is this. Okay, so now
yes,
channel Aura disk 1 backup set complete. Now control file and SP file is backing. So it will store in different piece or file. So that start with C. Okay. So
Yeah.
in every backup you found two pieces. One is for data file and one is for control file and SP file to
Okay.
default location. Got it?
Yes, yes, got it.
Okay. So this is all about of today demo. This is another things we will discuss later. Okay. So if you have any questions, you can ask about anything. Tarun, Purnima.
Um,
Curriculum I have shown here. So you are visible to this my course content.
yes. So, like
Okay.
during the workshop, will you share this video, like
Yeah,
whatever?
I already told in starting, every session is recorded and that will be uploaded on my Google Drive where you can have the access to view, not download. Okay,
Yes,
because
yes, yes.
my previous trainer videos, people sell it after finishing the course.
Okay. Okay. No,
So,
no, we can view
so
it, right? Means like
yeah, yeah,
lifetime.
yeah. You can view it. You can view it for 6 months minimum. And if suppose
Okay,
you
that's
want
fine.
to extend, so you can send me a
Right.
request. I will extend up to another 6 months. And if you feel
Okay.
another 6 months, I will give you another 6 months like that. Okay, so you can
Okay.
say
Yeah,
lifetime
got it. Yeah.
till I am alive, till I am alive. Okay, so that is the things, and whatever the PPT, I will also upload it on my Google Drive, so that PPT you can read it. And my putty session logs I will record, and that logs I will share with you guys. Okay,
Okay.
so you can everything you can now view from Google Drive. Okay, so whatever the commands I'm performing on putty, so that will store, and I will share that logs also. Okay, so
Okay.
theory, practical, command, syntax, everything I will share by Google Drive.
So this will cover interview point of view also, this workshop.
Yeah, between my session, I ask the questions which is related to the interview, so you can note it down, and
Okay.
like that
Mm.
you can prepare yourself for interview also. And another way, you can go to my blog Oracle Write. I hope you check that or not. So there I have uploaded many interviews questions on there. So yeah, anything you want to say? Oracle Write is my blog name also, and my YouTube channel also. So you can visit my YouTube channel where had almost 50 videos is there. So you can check
Okay.
both. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you don't have any questions, then I can stop